Hi everyone! It is 7 o'clock and I have an hour before I have to go to class, so I'm gonna do my makeup. To get started, I just applied my Garnier Skin Active Even and Matte Ideal Complex Daily Cream. And I wasn't crazy about it when I first got it because when you put it on, like I just did, you can kind of feel it's on your face. And I thought that was kind of weird, I didn't really like that. But I did notice my makeup stays on a lot better when I put it on. So I put that on now, and I think today I'm gonna use it instead of a primer. And while it soaks in, I'm going to undo my hair. I put it like up in a sock bun, like that, so that's all curly. But I want to calm down before I actually leave the house because it's incredibly poofy the second I take it down. So I'm gonna let it down and let it depuff itself while I'm doing my makeup. I've been doing this with my hair every day, probably for the last 2-3 weeks. And I put it in and then it comes out perfectly and just like flip, 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 and it's done. But now that the camera is watching me, everything is getting tangled and I can't get it out. Now that it's out, I just scratch at my roots to depuff that a little bit so that it separates. I don't want to touch the curls themselves too much. I just spread them like this and then that'll calm down. So I'm going to use my headband, just keep my hair out of the way. As usual, I'm starting with my eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow primer and apply it all over my eyelids. The reason I've been starting with my eyeshadow lately was, well, number one, so that you don't get any fallout on your face makeup. But number two, I feel it's your face makeup that settles with time, not your eyeshadow. So like if you've been wearing makeup for a few hours, you'll notice it with your concealer and not with your eyeshadow. So I try and put it on as late as possible to keep it lasting as long as possible. And also if I'm doing something whack with my eyeshadow and I feel I don't really like what I'm doing, I can take it off without wasting a full face of makeup. So those are the reasons I've been doing my eyes first, and it's been working for me. But you know, every now and then I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna do my foundation first, and then I get fallout all over the place. One problem I do have with doing my eyeshadow first is blending these parts with a foundation around my eyes. So I'm just gonna take a stick concealer like this, or whatever concealer I'm gonna use later, and just putting a bit around these areas where I generally get stuck with the foundation, because I don't want to blend it in too far and mess up my eyeshadow, but I didn't blend it out far enough. So now I'm trying to blend it out far enough so that I don't have that problem later. Now I'm grabbing for a good old nude shade, and I'm going to use this to set my eyelids, of course, to just brighten up the area and to set the eyeshadow primer I just applied. I know if you want the color to stick and be really prominent, you're supposed to not set the eyeshadow primer, because the idea is that the eyeshadow sticks to the wet eyeshadow primer and then shows a lot more. But my problem isn't that it doesn't show, it's I just want a plain nude base to start with, so that's why I am setting it and making sure everything is nice and bright and even before I get started. I want to do something dramatic without too many steps, so let's see if I can figure this out. I'm going to use this color. It's a nude pale-ish color, but it has an orangey undertone. I think it's like a pale orange type of color, if you want to describe it that way. And I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid so that my eyelid actually has color. I don't like just having, you know, a pale whitish nude on my lids because it looks empty. I don't know, I feel like there's nothing there. So if I'm just going to be applying color on the outer part of my eye, I like having a shade like this actually on my lids so that I can feel that part has been done too. So I'm just using a flat shader brush and putting this color on there. Next, I'm going to grab my eyeliner and draw a wing so that the next colors I can work right onto my wing instead of applying and blending and then trying to clean it up. So I'm going to apply this and see, you know, I'm going to line it. I don't know, I think I might try and line my inner corners and then go from there. See how dramatic they end up being, because every time I'm like, I'm not gonna make it dramatic, or I'm gonna make it like this, or I'm gonna make it like that, and then it doesn't happen. So I'm just gonna see where it goes, but I'm gonna try and keep it thin. I don't want chunky wings. I want nice and thin ones so that you can see like the eyeshadow lying on top of it. Okay, so that went a lot better than I expected, which is great. My morning is off to a good start. Now back to the eyeshadow. I'm going to use a brush like this, which I always use because it's definitely my favorite type of brush. And I'm going to pick up a nude brown color something like this so that I can just map out the area I want to place the color without it being too dark. So I'm just going to mix those two because they're similar, and then I'm going to work it into the outer V of my eye. To help that blend out just on the edges, I'm using this fluffy blending brush and just softening it up. And I think this is the first time in, wow, quite a while that I actually wore makeup to campus. No, I think the last time was probably 2-3 weeks ago, and it was on a Saturday. I did my makeup before studying on campus because I wasn't in the mood to get out of bed and go straight to campus. So I got up, did my makeup, and then I left. And I knew I was going to see Liam, he's the guy I'm dating. I knew I was going to see him later today because he was writing tests. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll see you after your test. But I'm gonna go to campus full glam now. I'm probably gonna go home before I see you again. And that's not what happened. I ended up working a lot longer than I expected to. And he caught me on campus before I got to go home and wash my face. So I was sitting there all full glam and in PJs pretty much, in like sweatpants and stuff because it was a cloudy day. And I was like, oh hi, and he's like, oh my gosh, look at the face. And I was like, oh no. I think that was the first time, yeah, he saw me all properly glammed up, which was fun. And he's really cute, he appreciates it. If I'm doing my makeup or something, he'd be like, oh hey look, you did your makeup. I'm like, aw, that's nice. For the next color, I'm going to pick up this dark green color right here, and I'm going to mix in a touch of that one because I'm wearing like an olivey green type of thing today, and none of these are olively green, so by mixing them I'm hopefully going to get the right thing. Now this color is just going to go here. I'm not going to blend it as far as the brown. The idea is to keep it right out here. Now Liam is way too sweet for my or his own goodness, right? We've been dating for a little over a month now, and he was like, we should celebrate our 1 month anniversary, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to celebrate that type of thing. So I did something cute and small. I got him a white hot chocolate because the first time we went out for coffee, it was because he's like, oh, you never tried the white hot chocolate, we should go do this. And that's how we ended up going out, and from there it went on. So I got him a white hot chocolate and I wrote Waldo on the cup, and when I gave him the cup I was like, hey, here Waldo, and he's like, why Waldo? And I was like, because a guy like you is hard to find. That was my little pickup line for the day and my little anniversary gift, because I was like, I don't want to go too big with it, I want to keep it kind of normal because we're gonna do this every month. It has to be something obtainable. So that's what I decided to do, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna be extra for the first time. And he walked into my genetics class while the lecture was going on and brought me 2 bunches of flowers, and it was a really good moment. Everyone was looking at us and applauding, and he kissed me in front of the class and everyone was like, oh yay. So it was super cute, and I now have the flowers standing around me. Like, here's the one bunch. It's a South African fynbos from Cape Town, and it's beautiful. I love these. And he got me another one as well, which is over there. And it's a beautiful collection of flowers. I love them, the pink, the mixture, it's fantastic. And he got them for me like over a week ago now, and they're still going strong. So I'm actually very impressed and very happy with my flowers. They are beautiful, and it was so sweet of him to do that. I was like so surprised. I wasn't expecting anything like that to happen. And my one friend that was sitting next to me, she took a video of it, and now I have that, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. But back to the topic of my makeup, I'm going to go back to my blending brush and try and blend that green as well. I like, if I'm doing something dramatic without going full out, I like just working something to the outer V of my eye because it makes my eye look bigger and more defined. So I'm just going to apply this color here. And now that I have everything kind of in my crease where I want it to be, I want this to be a bit of a different color in my lid. I feel the nude I applied isn't perfectly matching. I want it to be a little darker. So let me get to that. I'm going to pick up this brown color here and mix it with that original orangey color I used. So I'm going to mix those two together and then put them on my lid to just darken this color up a bit and make it blend a little better with the green. Okay, now let's try a little bit more brown. So it looks like there's color there as well. There we go. That's a little better. Or it could, add a little orange. Just a touch. I'm gonna leave my eyeshadow there for now and go on to my face. I feel I am going to do some foundation today because I'm already this far. I'm gonna see how much is left in this LA Girl Pro Liquid Foundation of mine, because I tried using it the other day and was really, oops, there's flowers on my beauty blender. The downside of keeping them on my table is they're dropping petals everywhere. Anyways, the liquid foundation, I tried using it the other day. And nothing's really coming out of it. But it shows that it still has a lot in it. So it's kind of like, what is your problem? I have this other foundation from the Body Shop, which I love. It's a pretty color and the coverage is good. But you know, I want to finish this one before I throw it away. But it smells like tea tree oil, right? So the first time I put it on was before I went on a date. And I put it on and all I could smell was this tea tree oil. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna smell like this all day. And it's gonna be like, why do you smell like this? I'm gonna be like, for no reason. I just totally put on perfume that smells like tea tree oil. And thank goodness that was not how it happened. If it's wet, you really can smell that. But if it dries, it's gone, which is a good thing. I'm glad that's how it works out. But wow, for half a second, I was like, this is what I get for not trying it before I actually wear it out. I was very surprised and I was like, this is not gonna work out well. And I was already late, so it's not like I could just wash off my face and start over again. So I'm really glad that worked out. And now I can move on to my concealers, which I'm going to apply underneath my eyes, on my nose, between my brows here, because there you can generally see like some oiliness shining through, and a little bit around my mouth. This is the prettiest part of the video, when the concealer is all set. Imagine just walking out like this, being like, oh no, everything's nice and bright, it's perfect. I'm using my beauty blender to blend this out as well as I can. I'm gonna drag it right up against my eye and try and be careful around my wing. But I wanna blend it out here on my face first so there's less product I'm pushing around when I get up here. Otherwise there's like too much and I end up covering my wing. So I'm going to try and spread it out and then, you know, go right up against it like so. And then the side of my beauty blender really helps to smooth out the edges. Get some powder on my beauty blender, just puff that stuff out everywhere and put it on underneath my eyes to prevent creasing and to keep it set there all day. I don't want my makeup to come off because I'm going to be on campus until late today probably, so and I can't really wash my face when I'm on campus, so gotta make this last. Now I'm going to let that settle a bit and go on to my brows. So I'm going to comb them out first so they're in the position I want them to be, and I really need to like fix their shape this weekend when I have time to do so. And anyways, then I'm going to fill them in with a mixture of this dark brown eyeshadow and this black eyeshadow. I like take 2 touches of the brown and 1 of the black and then work it through my brows because I find that powder works the best and it's easiest for me. So that is what I'm going to do with my brows. My left eyebrow is always fine. I fill it in quickly, perfectly, and I'm happy with the way it turns out. But the right eyebrow, it's always bam, I'm here. And I don't know what to do about it. Every time, like I've tried doing the right one first, I've tried doing the left one first, I've tried doing them half at the same time, and it's just not working. It's just always this and then this one nice. So I don't know what is going on with my right brow. Someday I will figure it out. But clearly today's not the day. I'm gonna have to clean this one off and start again. The shirt I'm wearing right now, I don't know if I can show it to you. It says smile from ear to ear. It's from my high school. It was our theme for the last sports season where we did all the cheering and whatnot. So the whole school got this shirt and it says the school's name on it and the year and everything. So I wore this to class one day with black leggings, white tackies, and my hair up in 2 ponytails. And probably a week or so later, she was talking to me about how I've been finding the class and what she can do to make it better, because I'm the class rep. So she asked me if any of the kids have complained about anything or whatnot. And she asked me, amongst other things, what did we do in maths in my matric year at my school? And she said my school's name, and she said, because I've heard this and that about that school and I want to know how it compares to this. And I was like, how does she know what school I went to? I don't think I ever told her. And for a few days I was really confused as to where could she possibly have found out what school I went to. Where did she look for this? Is it on my record somewhere? Did she go look up what I did in high school? What's going on? And then later the week I have another school shirt, a green one that I put on, and as I got dressed I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear my school shirt. Oh, it has the name on it. And then I realized this is how she knew, okay, this is the school I come from. And it took me a second. There were a few days of, how could she possibly have found this out? My not so bright moments to one side. Next I'm going to do some mascara. I'm going to use this Essence Lash Princess mascara and I'm going to coat my top lashes with it. For my lower lash line, I'm going to use these two things. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the color C'est La Vie. And this is the Cold Crayon Eyeliner by Wet n Wild in the color Baby Scott Black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this silver one and I'm going to put it in the inner 2/3 of my waterline. Like, you can actually take it all the way if you'd want to, but I'm just going to do it here. And then on the outer part, I'm going to work on the black so that it mixes or well, connects with my liner. There's a bird outside my door that has been going and going and going for a while now, so if you can hear it, appreciate the nature in the area I live in. And then onto my lower lash line, I'm going to use these two colors I used in the outer part of my crease. Again, I'm picking them up on a flat-headed brush like this, and I'm going to work it on right against my lower lash line. So I'm going to press it right there against it, just tap it onto about there. I'm not going to take it any further. And then I'm going to go in a second and blend it out. I'm going to take this flat-headed brush from earlier. It still has a bit of that orange on it that I put on my lid, and I'm just going to use it to run over that green to fade it out and smooth it out a little bit, but I'm not blending it far. I'm just rubbing over right where it is. I'm going to pick up that light brown color I used before as well with this flat brush, and I'm going to work it on right underneath the green. I'm going to work it on a little closer here, just that area. Just gonna tap it on like that, and then I'm just gonna use the same brush to wipe over it to blend it out a bit. I'm gonna take the smallest touch of dark brown and place it right here so that it blends a bit better there. I feel the dark color there makes it go together. For my lower lashes, I'm gonna use a bit of this Essence All Eyes on Me mascara. And you know, I remember watching a few makeup tutorials where I saw people using more than one mascara, and I thought, why would you go through the effort of using more than one mascara? That's kind of ridiculous. And in a sense, I still feel that way, but I have to, and I might just as well. And there is a reason one works better than the other. Like, this one works better on my lower lash line because it doesn't make my lashes too clumpy. So actually, the reason I use two mascaras is because I don't have one that I'm perfectly happy with. For some blush, I'm going to use this peachy color and the smallest touch of that red color and work it onto my cheeks. I'm going to pick up the smallest touch of this dark brown and light brown color on this brush and work it right there. Like, I'm just going to touch the color on in the hollows of my cheeks and whatever's left there, dust off my brush, and then that little bit I'm going to blend in that area so that I feel like I've contoured a bit. Same applies for my nose. I'm going to do a really light contour. On to highlight. Today I'm feeling this gold color instead of the pink one I usually use. So I'm going to pick up a little bit and apply it on my cupid's bow. A little bit is also going to go right on the bridge of my nose, and I'll always smooth over that to make it blend in a little bit. And then just a touch right above the tip of my nose to some underneath my brows. And of course a bit in my tear ducts. For lips, I'm going to use this NYX pencil in the color Natural. For the middle of my lips, I'm actually going to use this Wet n Wild eyeliner. I'm just going to apply a little bit of the light color here. I'm going to take the smallest bit of this LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Gloss in the color Fleer because I want this to have a hint of an orangey tone to it, and I think this is going to give me the right color. So just going to a single touch just like that and spread it out with my finger. Usually over my lipstick I would apply a swipe of gloss, because if your lipstick starts coming off, the gloss makes it look less funky. But I also noticed this lipstick, this lip gloss, breaks down the lipstick depending on what it is. Like the last one I just applied doesn't last if you put this on it, but it lasts without it. So today I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the normal lip ice and just apply it and hope that keeps my lips moisturized. And it'll give it a little bit of a shimmer without it being all shiny. And now it's finally time to get dressed, and this dress I'm gonna put on I have been dying to wear, so let me go do it. And then this is the final result. Of course I wanted to wear my hair down today, but I guess my sock bun wasn't entirely dry when I took it out, because the second I brushed out my hair everything just fell flat. But that is okay, a ponytail goes with anything, so this is what I'm gonna look like today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!